The Fisherman's friend, welcome to Work on Wednesdays, boys. This is our first item of the day. Just a cute little fisher hat for sniper, alongside the angler's attire. A cute little detail is this little fisherman symbol on the angler's attire, and overall this would be a pretty solid cosmetic if added with the summer update, which we will receive probably within the next month. Next, Honey Swirl is an unusual effect, which looks like this, pretty solid. It's available in two different colors, yellow and team colored, so red or blue depending on which team you're on. I personally prefer yellow, but you know, the other one's pretty good also, especially with the team colored unusual effect. That's really sweet. The Pixel Peepers are a pyro cosmetic with 4 different states. You can have all of these different eyes with the different colors matching. I think that's pretty cute, and it would join the ranks of all the other eye cosmetics that we already have in the game. If it gets added, I really hope Valve doesn't put this in like the highest tier, as they usually do with anything that seems, you know, special. Because this really doesn't seem like an elite grade to me, more like a lower tier, but it's still pretty solid. The Boston Bell Hoop is a misc for Scout. It's very solid on its own, and there's nothing really too crazy about it. It's a solid 7 to 7.5 out of 10. You know. Next, the Reggae Rag is a Demo Man cosmetic, which got this like Jamaican look on it. It's pretty cool. Obviously fits demo very well. I'm always a fan of like these small glasses on any class, really. I think these are really cool. There's a second style where the glasses are removed though, so don't worry if you're not a big fan. And that's pretty much it for this one. Next, we have the $1 Million Look, a Scout cosmetic that goes along with this little render here, which I think is absolutely perfect. It is paintable, and if you're wondering what is, that's right, the hair. You can now be a blue-haired Scout. You can be a lime green-haired Scout. That would be pretty fun. Personally, I don't know if it's the right decision to make the hair paintable like this, but I think it's definitely fun, and that's pretty much it for this one. Really cool. Really cool. The Deli Defender, a heavy cosmetic. It's a 2-part set, with the second part being the ham handler, which you can see here. Like the sniper one we saw earlier, nothing crazy to write home about, just a solid little cosmetic loadout. The Badland Blanket, on the other hand, is a little bit more, what would you say, flashy? A little bit more out there. Nothing too crazy still, but it's definitely more noticeable. The second part of the set is the Tirari's Most Wanted. I'm sure I mispronounced that, but that's fine. I'm also sure this is like a reference to something and I just don't know to what. But I'm sorry, I just can't know every single reference out there. Anyway, I think it looks decent. It's like a 5 out of 10 for me. The hat itself is more like a 7, but the cosmetic itself, I'm not a super huge fan of. But the hat is pretty cool. Next, we got the Kingo Disco. And you can already see the other parts, but we're starting off with the jacket itself. There's 2 styles, as you can see. One with like the little imprints on there, and one where it looks more plain and clean. The trousers also change, I just noticed, and the second part of the set is the Man After Midnight, which adds a little mustache, hair, and glasses. And the third part of the set, which is really what I'm here for, is the Boogie Doggie. It's a little dog. I mean, little is the wrong word. It's a huge dog, actually, that just sits on your shoulder. It's almost too big, but only almost. Since Heavy's a big guy, also, it works out well, I think. And it's a dog with glasses. I mean, that's perfect. That's really cute. Indyspenseble Headwear is a sniper hat, and it also has the treasure tracker attached to it. Like it's a little set that goes along well with each other, and it's a part of the Tropical Crisis set. I'm sure by now most of you, if not all, have seen the Tropical Crisis update, which the community made that Valve doesn't really care for. And I think it would be cute if we could get at least a few of the items that were meant for the Tropical Crisis update into the actual game. And also, look at this perfect render right here. If that isn't just the coolest thing ever. This is a solid 8 out of 10 cosmetic set. And yes, I get it. It's an Indiana Jones reference. Okay, calm down. Pyroland Princess. Pyro's gender is a well-guarded secret, and this is like a little, it's very feminine. It's a very feminine cosmetic set, which adds a wig and a little princess crown to Pyro. It seems a little much for the base game, perhaps. This might be best Halloween restricted, especially because of the eyelashes. I think that's a little too tacky, but I think the idea itself is pretty cute. Anyway, the Brimstone Ballgown is the second part of it, which is in this little, as you can see in these images, the dress that Pyro would get. I think the dress would work in the base game perhaps, but do let me know what you think in the comments. Next, the waterproof wear does look quite similar to another hat we already have in the game for Team Fortress 2 for Soldier. The Wetland Waders, on the other hand, which are part of this set aren't in the game yet as far as I'm aware, and I'm always a big fan of stuff that changes your footwear. The only problem is Soldier has a few items that actually get equipped on your feet. So if you use either the man treads or the gun boots, you won't be able to equip this cosmetic, which is quite the shame. But if you're not using them, you can use this, and I think it's pretty cool. The SFM render is quite fun as well. The Casanova Cut. We have quite a few items today, that's why I'm rushing so much. The Smooth Operator style. So there's more than one style. Is a cosmetic for Scout and Sniper, I think here. Yes, looks like it. It adds hair, beard, and glasses for Sniper, and only hair and glasses for Scout, since Scout doesn't really grow a beard canonically, so that makes sense, and that's pretty cute also. Oh yeah, and there's also the jacket. That's the set. Oh, and the trousers. Okay, so this is a 3-part set. I understand. Yeah, 3-part set here, ladies and gentlemen. Unusual taunt effect, lo-fi beats. This might be a bit much if we hadn't already gotten so many different unusual effects, which are so out there. Considering that this is actually, you know, just a normal unusual effect for taunts at least. It's quite flashy, quite big, and I like it. Anyway, the High Fidelity, an engineer beard. Not sure what that is a reference to here. I hope that's not problematic in any way. I don't think it is. Part of the Tropical Crisis set also, and it's a pretty big engineer beard, which is always good. Beards are cool, unless you're using SFM, in which case they're a nightmare. But most people aren't. It's nice. The Mannhatten Protect is a 2-part set, with the other part just being the rest of the hazmat suit here. So this is just a hazmat suit for engineer. Nothing too crazy here, but I think it's pretty fancy, you know. A solid 7 to 8 out of 10 cosmetic. There you go. The Bernard is a dog for medic. Look how cute it is. It's a dog on your shoulder. How sweet is that? This is actually a really cute dog. That is fun. Look. Very nice. I hope the dog gets in somehow. I would love to have the dog. Medic dog. Anyway, the unusual effect, Fat Man. There. It's a constant nuclear explosion on top of your head. With Demo and all his explosions, of course, this makes a lot of sense, as why it's here in the demonstration, but I think it's a cool unusual effect for any class, really, and any hat. It's pretty nice. It's probably not S tier, but like a high tier, like B tier probably. Not A, but B. The Glitterbombed is not an unusual effect. This one's not quite so cool as the last one, but also a pretty cool effect overall. The Perfectly Balanced effect, I'm gonna be honest, is a little bit too close for my taste to other unusual effects we already have. I wanted to show it real quick because it's still made very nicely, but it just, you know, it looks a little too generic and a little too close to stuff we already have. The unusual taunt effect Explosive, on the other hand, I don't think we have in that form yet. It's just little explosions going off all around your character, and you know, while it's nothing crazy either, it is pretty cute and important, not in the game yet as far as I'm aware. The Distress Signal, similar to the other one, is, you know, just, you know, some particle effects around you. I want to show some unusual taunt effects in these videos, not because I'm a huge fan of them. I'm actually not a huge fan of unusual taunts in the first place, but they're gonna get added in the update regardless, so I want to at least, you know, give my take on it. There you go. This one's like a solid 5 to 6 out of 10. I might start ranking these actually with, you know, however many points out of 10. The unusual taunt effect Booze Blast, I think this one's a 4 out of 10. It's not bad, but I'm not a huge fan of it. It's not bad at all. It's cute, just not for me. The Law and Order unusual effect, like this one, I don't know about that one, Chief. I mean, it's fun, of course, if you have the police hat. That's like a cool effect combo, but on every other hat, I just think this is kind of out there. Not really my thing. We're moving on to the confidential cover. Is a sniper cosmetic, just a jacket. I don't think it's a 2-part set, so I think this is just the jacket itself. It's a very good looking jacket, probably the best one we've seen today. It's like a 8 or 9 out of 10, really good. And with that, we're moving on to the second part of the set. Whoops. Turns out it is a 2-part set, and you have 2 styles, deep cover and undercover. There you go. The Decent Druid. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get Uberix, which was a cosmetic for medic that would have made him look like a druid back in like 2022. So if we could get this one instead, that would be fine by me as well. I just think medic being a druid, you know, it's kind of a cool idea, kind of a cool thing, because druids are healers and so is the medic. That's it. The Underground Overwear is a pyro cosmetic, and it just adds all cans. I'm gonna be real, you know, even for a low tier cosmetic for the next case. This isn't super cool. I know that the pirate jacket itself also changes somewhat, but I just don't think it's worth it. Not a huge fan of this cosmetic, but I can see the effort that went in, and good job for that. And the last item of the day, the tagmaster. Also, you know, like a 4 out of 10. I can see the effort, but I'm not a huge fan myself. Click the video to set of your screen now, boys, to stay on the channel. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Workshop Wednesdays, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.